There are those that just want to be left alone, and those that just won't leave them alone. Which one are you? The Ernest Hancock Show.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. We got Jack Gregson on. He's going to help us understand what's going on. Now, all of this is intertwined. You want to see how, why people want to see through steel. They want to track everybody's movements. They want to have every parking lot and car. You got a toll booth, and they're going to have a scanner. You want to be able to see into delivery trucks and so on. Why? And then you got, on top of all of this, you have the weather getting kind of dicey. You're wondering what's up with that. Here in Arizona, a friend of my daughter's, she knew from high school, sent her a photograph of Arrowhead Ranch up in northwestern Phoenix here. The fountain at the mall is frozen. I'm looking at it right now. It's a frozen fountain, like a frozen waterfall. I mean, there's crazy stuff's happening. And I want to make sure that we bring it all in context with Jack. Jack, help me out with what's going on with Meredith Whitney and what she's had to say.
Okay. Meredith Whitney is somebody I respect a great deal. I have for about 3 or 4 years now. And she has her finger on the pulse of the American economy. And she realizes that the linchpin of everything is home ownership. And so she's taken 2 years to create basically a masterpiece on what's happening in the municipal bond market here in the United States. And again, the linchpin is the housing market. And she's created this, it's like a cycle. And the cycle begins with foreclosures. And here in the Valley of the Sun in Phoenix, Arizona, 1 in every 14 homes is in foreclosure. Nationwide, 8 million homeowners are at least 2 payments behind. And we had over 1 million foreclosures last year. I expect well over that many this year. And this wheel that she's created, it started out with foreclosures, and then it goes on to lower real estate values, which in turn lead to lower tax revenues for counties, cities, and states. And then you have state budgets are affected by the lower tax revenue. And that means that they have to have tax increases or they have to have spending cuts to adjust for the lower tax revenue. And that means we have reduced consumption because I think it's actually 12% of employment here in the United States is at the state or county or city level. And reduced consumption then leads to job destruction, which then leads right back into more foreclosures. And so it's a perpetual downward cycle. And that is why she's so pessimistic about everything here in the United States, not just the municipal bond market, but the overall economy and what we're looking at. What we're looking at is unprecedented. I mean, there's nothing like this has been seen since, the early 1930s or maybe 1938 at the latest. Ernie?
I want to ask, how this has become such a important piece. It's been built up a lot. She's been talking about it, on the talking heads and so on. I'm showing various different articles and charts here about residential and commercial real estate, in free fall. But how is it that this came out? It's a private report that people, I guess, had purchased, and they just started faxing it, scanning it, copying it, putting it out there. And I was reading one article where they were saying that they called them and said, hey, man, take some of this down. I mean, damn, you got to pay for this,
Right.
And what made it so important that it needs to get out? And then what has been the scuttlebutt behind the scenes about people that have been putting it out? Why do they give it such deference?
I think, Meredith Whitney is a very polarizing figure, Ernie. People love her or hate her. Now, for myself, I mean, I have a tremendous respect for her because of her call on Citigroup and just her overall understanding of the market. But there are people that literally loathe her because of the fact that she tells the truth, and they don't want the truth to get out. Now, you're a truth seeker, Ernie. You want the truth and nothing but the truth. But there's people who are, elites in, the United States and the world. They want people just to believe the spin. And so people have been trying to knock Meredith Whitney off of her pedestal and just slam her. I mean, just slam her left and right and saying that she's exaggerating everything and that there's not going to be any municipal bond market.
To what end, though? I seen this happen before with Dr. Paul and with Peter Schiff and her and so on. They always they want to go on record. It's just like, the perfect cheer. They want to extend this and kick it down one more quarter, one more. If we, there's nothing wrong with the municipal bonds. If we just let her say this, they'll all start crashing, because she said it. And we got to go, oh, no, she didn't know what she's talking about. Well, she said, look, man, I don't make this stuff up. I mean, this is what I do for a living. I've been right every time before. Here's the report. Now it's coming out. And in fact, this is why I talked to the Phoenix police wanting to have an open forum that was public when we have, the kind of Egyptian people taken to the street kind of thing. What's going to be the rules of engagement? And they wanted private meetings. They didn't want to have this public thing. I go, look, man, I could just have the town hall meeting. We could do a big Phoenix, information, education, teach-in thing, and you're invited and you don't show up. I don't care. How do you want to play this game? And just 2 days ago, they had a television newscast on Baseline Killer that we're working on with the Phoenix police, and Mark Victor's, that case is going forward, showing that, they're being bad guys. So I'm just going, this is how you get to the Egyptian style of a resistance, a revolution, a revolt, we want the bad guys out kind of thing. And I don't think it's going to be directed at any one individual. It's going to be at an entire system. At just, I'm ignoring all you. I'm not filing my income tax. Now what? So I can't. They can't afford it. They can, whatever. So I see in this wider context, and then we have what was I was going to show here before is the QE14. I mean,
right.
Here comes QE3. They're saying more quantitative easing is going to be discussed. We haven't even seen the big hit of the price increases that go with the inflation. The inflation isn't the price increases.
Well, but we are starting to see it. I posted an article about an hour ago, Ernie, basically going over what's happening to breakfast food prices, things like orange juice and coffee. And some of these, commodities have seen a 6-month price increase of like 20, 30, 50%. And that's just for a 6-month period. And cotton has gone up a great deal. Now, it's not something we eat, but, it's a very important commodity because the cotton seeds are used in a lot of foods and things like that. But we are seeing the inflation, but they're trying to hide it. They're doing everything they can, Ernie, to hide the inflation, to basically keep everybody quiet, keep everybody pacified. But the thing is, they're not going to be able to keep people pacified because this thing is unstoppable. I mean, you know it, I know it, and there's nothing that they can do but just pacify people a little bit longer, kick the can down the road. But the thing is, underlying it all, the system is rotten to the core, and there is no stopping this massive depression. There's nothing. Nobody can stop it. Just, their propaganda will never work.
Well, wondering how we're going to come out on the other end. And I tell you, the only way that we're going to have any kind of a positive outcome of this is that we learn what got us here.
Yep.
I want to talk about what's going to happen in Egypt. Thanks, Jack, for coming on and helping with that. And we'll be right back here. I want to talk some more about what's going on in Egypt and what are they learning. Will they make the same mistake again? And who's after them? I'll be right back.